Hi, Kurt and Christopher. Great to see you guys again. I enjoyed your videos last week. Today I'm going to read from an essay I wrote for Veterans Day. I write an essay for every federal holiday, and it's a way for me to participate even if I don't go out and do marches or volunteer, that sort of thing. It's not really my thing. But writing is my thing. Thinking is my thing. Exhorting others to do things is my thing. So here are excerpts from my essay. Last month, I met a man named Thomas Hill outside Cheney Trading Company, our local store. And no, by the way, there isn't any family relation there. He's from the South, we're from the East. It's a very common name. Who knows? On any other day I would have walked by, but on this day I stopped to talk to him. He told me about his organization, Paradigm Outreach, which is just getting set up and seeks to provide medical assistance, food, housing, career training, rehabilitation, personal development, that whole package for veterans. By the way, I think it's a great organization. A large part of their focus is on preventing violence um, that veterans commit against one another, against other people, their loved ones, their friends and spouses, or violence that they might be suffering because of prejudice. So the link is down here in the description. Please check it out. I think it's a great organization. As we kept talking, and he moved from Paradigm Outreach to his own experience as a veteran, his cool professional attitude slowly receded until finally I looked up and saw tears in his eyes. At that point, and I'm paraphrasing, he said to me, "You have no idea how much this means for you to just stop and listen to me. All day people give me change, they walk by, they smile, but nobody just stops and listens to my story, even for 10 or 15 minutes like you're doing." Now, he invited me to join him for even longer to hear more of his story, but at that point I was kind of shell shocked. It's not my story to tell, but there were hardships aplenty. I won't reiterate it here, but it was a real thing. It was a rough thing. So I went home. And honestly, I've forgotten a fair amount of his story. But what I haven't forgotten was that moment when this veil behind his eyes lifted and he realized that I was going to listen to him for at least as long as I was there. And I saw all of the pain and fear and strength and determination in his eyes and in his character. The strength and determination that would keep him coming back to the store on a cold winter afternoon for many weeks to come, all the way through the winter. Now, we make much of remembering our veterans on Veterans Day, but this really misses the point. Because what Thomas taught me is that veterans are all around us. They're in church, they're at school, they're in the grocery store, they're in your mom's book group, they're in your book group. They're in the houses and on the street corners that you pass every day to and from work. They are all around us, and they're just waiting for you to ask them about their stories. They're brimming with life and hope, and they want to share their experiences and their stories. They want to lend a chance, they want to lend a helping hand, and they want you to give them one. They just need to be asked. Why am I doing this video on Wednesday when Veterans Day was on Monday? It would have been easy for Christopher and me to switch. Well, that's because I think that sometimes our federal holidays get so commodified that it seems to imply that we don't have to think about whatever that holiday is celebrating on the other 364 days of the year. We have Veterans Day, why think about veterans every other day? We have Black History Month, why think about Black history during the other months? Of course, that's not why they were created, and yet in our information society where everyone's bombarded all the time, I think that that's the excuse and the justification that often happens. So rather than just having this be Veterans Day, let's have this be Veterans Week. And then after that, let's have it be Veterans Month. And then Veterans Year. And then perhaps we can approach a mode of thinking in which we think about everyone that's part of our society all the time. I know, big order, right? But this is what I want to leave you with. As I mentioned before, the veterans are all around us, and they all want to share our stories, share their stories. So when you see a veteran, don't just walk by. Ask them about their story. When you see a human being, ask them about their story. And then listen. It means more than you could ever know. See y'all next week.